Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Pisces in April 2019. What's going on, Pisces? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Pisces, we made it. We made it to April, guys. Oh boy, how was your Mercury? How was your Mercury retrograde? How was it? As a water sign, and it was retrograde in your sign. Mercury was retrograde in Pisces. I'm going to assume you had a fabulous time. That's sarcasm. I assume it was challenging for many of you, if not the grand majority of you. Anyway, we're out of it now for the most part. We're in the shadow period as I record this now. But, you know, the brunt of it is over with. So I hope your recovery is going well. I hope that you're seeing brighter days. I hope that communications and faux pas and all that stuff are cleared up for you and you're having a fabulous time, okay? Quickly, I want to apologize for the lateness of this video. It's April 8th today, and I wanted to have these out last week over the weekend, but a girl got the stomach flu, and it was not pretty, and I was in bed for about 2.5 days, and yeah, it was just a mess, so I apologize, but here we are now, and that's it really for the big time messages, I think. All right, Pisces, you know the deal if you've been here before. Your main spread is there. What I'm going to do now is shuffle for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that is when the reading begins. You can click the timestamp below if you want to jump ahead. You'll find that in the description box below. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me, which I am suggesting to everybody to do it because come June, I'm going to institute some changes around here, and that price is going to go up. Right now it's set at $25, which is a really, really fair, if not cheap price for what you get, which is at least a 40-minute video with me, privately uploaded to YouTube through a private link. And for 25 bucks, that's pretty good. But that price will go up in June. I'm also going to introduce probably 2 different types of readings in tandem to what I already offer. So you have some things to look forward to in June, but if you want to get a private reading with me, as it's much cheaper now than it will be in the future, I would suggest doing that, okay? All right, Pisces, let's get your outcome for April 2019, okay? April 2019 outcome for Pisces. April outcome for Pisces, please. Whoa, okay. And it came in a sidewinder. Let's figure this out. Which way for Pisces, please? Okay, thank you. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. All right, let's flip everything and see what's shaking. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, look at you. Look at you having all these big cards. Who do you think you are, Pisces? No, I'm kidding. All right, how does that look? Pretty good, actually. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on here. Please show me Pisces in April 2019, please. Please show me Pisces in April 2019. Please show me. Mm. Wow, come on. Okay, thank you. That took a minute, but we got there. All right. Pisces, coming into April, you come in with the 5 of Wands in reverse. I have to apologize, by the way, just before we technically get into this. In the quiet moments, if you hear my stomach, I'm sorry. I still am slightly getting over that stomach flu, and my stomach just has been making weird noises all day. So I apologize if you hear that, because... Anyway, That's the Five of Wands in the upright, just so you become used to seeing it. But in reverse for you, Pisces, oh boy, not about it. You're just not about this bullshit. There's petty arguments, maybe flare-ups here and there amongst friends and family or co-workers, maybe whoever. There's like a collection of people, a group of people, or maybe just two particular people that are kind of going at it or are at odds with each other, might have a passive-aggressive kind of disagreement. Or it could be you. You could be involved. I will say that. Some of you might be a part of the petty arguments or the disagreements. But for the most part, I'm feeling like, just watching other people kind of go toe-to-toe with one another, and you're just like, I don't want to be involved. Like, I want to step away from this. Or, please don't involve me. And I feel like you're being roped into something. You're being pulled into some dynamic, or you're being asked to kind of referee. You're being asked to kind of be like the negotiator or like the middleman, so to speak, in between two groups of people or two particular people that just have been, you know, at each other's throats, so to speak. I'm feeling for a lot of you, it's family or work, right? And, you know, Pisces, you're a lovely person. You're a peaceful person for the most part. I haven't really met an irate Pisces in my life. I've never met a Pisces that seeks out confrontation. So this is kind of this is a super uncomfortable position for you to be in, whether you're refereeing or you're just watching. Because Pisces, for the most part, you're a pacifist. For the most part, you don't want to ruffle any feathers and you want to be a get-along gang type of person. And so if people are actively pulling you into drama, you're really not about it. And if people are just, you know, having dramatic fights or disagreements in front of you on a consistent basis, you're definitely not into that. But I feel a lot of you are just watching it. There's a small group where people are like, hey, Pisces, come over here and settle this argument. And you're just like, oh my God, no, it's my worst nightmare, please. But for the most part, I think you're just like watching it. Like you're seeing two people, two sides to an issue, just like go back and forth, not really making headway. And in some cases, not all, but in like a select few cases, I suppose, they're just arguing for the sake of arguing. Like some people are just like, or a group is like baiting each other back and forth. It's like this volleying back and forth, and it's nonsense what they're arguing about. It's nonsense what they're bickering about. And you're just like, I don't want to be here. I'm very uncomfortable. Please let me leave. Please let me get out of here. Right? So, but you can't leave. So that's where I'm getting like the family and or work situation. You can't readily leave. It would be obvious that you left the room, or obvious if you left the family or the job, you know? Like, where's Pisces? Oh, they went home early? What? You know, it would be really noticeable if you stepped away while this stuff happened, or if you didn't choose a side, or if you tried to remain neutral. So there's this awkward pulling, I feel, like this tense, awkward pulling towards your energy to get involved in this. And you're just like, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. Please stop this. Now, boy. Not done? Done? Yeah, like, I don't know. Okay. Okay, thank you, because they wanted to clarify. So, in some cases, especially those where it's not a referee thing, where they just want you to sort of be like the devil's advocate and just kind of mediate the situation. There is a pull from one side or the other to kind of get you on side, Pisces. Like they want you to be on their side. And so that is the uncomfortable part for a good portion of you. Like beyond just having to witness, beyond just having to overhear or be told the gossip, to hear the bickering back and forth. Beyond that, one side is like, hey, Pisces, you agree with me, right? And you're like, oh shit, no, I don't want to be involved. And then the other side is like, well, Pisces would never agree with you because of blah, blah, blah. Isn't that what you told me, Pisces? And you're like, oh. And that example that I just gave you, from what I experienced, a Pisces doesn't give out much information that they know can be, rerouted back to kind of, put them in an awkward position. So that probably isn't the case for most of you, but it's probably more, hey, Pisces, don't you agree with me? And you're like, I don't agree with anybody here. You just don't want to step up into the drama, okay? And who could blame you? Who the hell wants to get involved in other people's arguments? Now, what I'm getting is we got some infighting, because all this up here is some other bullshit or some other people that you're not really getting involved in. And this is like really striking me as like family work. If you came here for love or romance, it could be, but I'm gonna let you know, probably not the case here. We've got two people of considerable position, but still very wet behind the ears. And no. Like, okay, let's clean this up. I think they're coming out together, which is going to be weird, but they might come out together. Yep, okay, because, like, that's how I have to read them today, which is interesting, As I continue to do this channel and I continue to do private readings, how I started out doing tarot is totally different than how I do it now. Anyway, Princess of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles, right? So these are equivalent to pages in the traditional tarot decks. And, right off the bat, two dark-haired females could be a sisterly situation or a sibling situation, being that they're younger energies. But what I'm drawn to, like I was saying, is this young, like there is a position, a notable position, sisters, siblings, brothers, it doesn't matter the gender, right? But in terms of family hierarchies, the children are at the bottom. No offense to anybody. We've all been there. We all came here as children at some point, right? But the children are at the bottom. The parents are the middle, and then the grandparents or the great-grandparents as you go up. If we think about like an honor system or in terms of wisdom, right? The children, the pages, the lowest, you got the least knowledge, you got the least wisdom, you have the least experience in life. Therefore, you're going to act a fool every once in a while. So we got two people here, doesn't matter their gender, doesn't matter their relations. I did say family, but this could be two people at the job. And they don't even have to be young people at the job. These could be two 50-year-old employees bickering over some bullshit in the cafeteria. I don't know. But they match. Yeah? They match. One is passionate and fiery, is and argues kind of in that, puff up the chest kind of way. Well, blah, 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 blah. And, they might elevate their voice. They might be kind of animated in how they talk, blah, blah, blah. And the other one is kind of a calmer way, wants to be a little bit more logical, wants to err on the side of practicality. But ultimately, they go toe-to-toe because of that young princess, aka page energy, right? They want to... Pages, princesses, no matter which one we're talking about, are always eager, are always willing to try, are willing to engage, are willing to not fight the good fight, because I think that's more of a prince or knight energy, but they are definitely, because they lack that wisdom, because they lack that life experience, they welcome in more energy than they should. They welcome in more circumstances and situations that could be troublesome, that could prove to be fruitless, than a more experienced knight, king, or queen would. Do you get what I'm saying? So you've got two people here. Gender doesn't matter, age really doesn't matter. It's more about the energy of them. So they could be old as shit, but they have a young mentality or an immature mentality, okay? And they're both like kind of smart-assed about it, if I'm honest. Like, the princess of wands is, you can see this person a mile away. Oh yeah, that person's a troublemaker, or that person is, probably has a mouth on them, probably has an attitude. The princess of pentacles is a sleeper. Like, you wouldn't expect this person to get involved in an argument with the princess of wands. Like, you might expect that the princess of pentacles would back down, or would eventually give up the fight, give up the argument. But no, these people are going at it all the time. All the time. And in some cases, I think I mentioned it when we were talking about the Five of Wands, it's passive aggressive. So in some cases, it is going to be really loud, you know, stressed vocals, yelling. It will be that. In other cases, it's like office gossip, office chitter chatter, you know what I mean? Or even gossip within the family, or gossip amongst friends, whoever. And it's not as volatile. But the disagreement and the, you know, the butting of heads is there. And that's the thing. The passion of the Princess of Wands is matched, surprisingly, by the fortitude and the sort of adherence of the Princess of Pentacles. Because Pentacles is steadfast. Pentacles is like slow, not aggressive, but definitely in it for the long haul. Okay? So we've got somebody who flares up quickly, who's kind of a motor mouth, or maybe has like a lot of, you know, clever quips and stuff like that, is kind of a showboat. And then we have this quiet, more demure energy, which you would think is like, you know, tortoise in the hare kind of. You're not going to win that race, tortoise, but it's like, oh no, she or he comes in here with the sleeper attack, and suddenly they're in this fight and you didn't know. It's like that. So it's like they're matched, but they're very dissimilar at the same time. And again, Pisces, I'm not feeling you're either one of these people. If you were going to be one of them, you probably would be the Princess of Pentacles. But I feel you're not either one of these people. These are the people that are fighting, and you're just like, I would like to leave right now. I don't want to be a witness to this. I don't want to be involved in this. Keep my name out of it. Keep me out of the loop. This has nothing to do with me, is kind of what I'm feeling from you. In that situation with them, it has, or it will, come to that tower moment there. And you're just watching. Yes, you're just watching this whole thing. I mean, I hope this is good news to you, because that Mercury retrograde, I'm assuming, for many of you was a doozy. So if all you have to do is watch other people's drama, I think you're a little bit blessed in that way. So Tower, right up there in that top line with the two princesses, Tower energy. Mars, ruled by Mars, so secondary card of Aries. You might have an Aries of significance in your life, but it doesn't have to be. So things are just going to get blown the hell up. Could be this friendship or this partnership or this co-worker thing between the two of these people. Could be, you know, your sisters or your cousins or your two aunties or your two uncles, whoever. Just, you know, fall out and that's it. And they kind of, you know, go to their separate corners. They don't speak for a while. Maybe they don't speak for several years. I don't know. But there is like this upheaval, quite sudden, to maybe... Because I'm stuck on quite sudden, even though we've talked at length about these two going back and forth. And maybe that's it. Like maybe one of them or both, yeah, one of them maybe thought this wasn't serious. Like this quipping back and forth, this playful banter back and forth wasn't anything serious. And then one day one of them is like, oh no, bitch, it's serious. And it comes to this. Something like that. So that's where I'm getting the sudden. It's not suddenly they're disagreeing. It's suddenly that the disagreement boils over and changes the dynamic from here on out. You know what I mean? Could be that both of them don't see something coming. So especially in the workplace, if this is some type of inappropriate conversations, if this is some type of inappropriate dynamics, maybe, I mean, they're both princesses, so I'm not feeling a hierarchy here. I'm not feeling that someone's a boss and someone's an employee, but I'm feeling that maybe both of them aren't living up to their potential in the job, and so they both get disciplined, maybe fired, but I can't be 100% on that. But there's something that rocks the both of them, whether that's a complete falling out between the two of them or an outside force, an outside influence that says, hey, you two, knock it off, and, you know, dismantles their whole situation or dismantles whatever's going on between them. And again, Pisces, where the hell you are, I mean, you're here, but again, you're just watching. And if you're a part of it, you don't want to be a part of it, and you will suffer the tower moment as well. But I feel for the most part, Pisces, you are not in here at all. On the board, at least. Not yet. You are watching, like how you're watching this reading, you're watching this situation. That's where I think you are. Oh, that's kind of easy. Anything else with that tower card? It could be for a small few, but this is humanity. This is how humans go. It could be one of these princesses, again, pages also, could enact the tower moment. Like one of them, oh, there's my stomach, I'm sorry. One of them could be like super petty or vindictive, I should say. Not even petty, vindictive, and kind of escalate the argument and create a tower moment. Yeah. So in like an extreme case, one of them might attack the other, take it to a physical altercation, or damage something in the physical space. So slashing of tires, damaging private property, you know, bricks through window, that kind of, you know, CW, you know, bold and the beautiful kind of crazy drama that gets nobody anywhere and only works to screw the situation even further. But either one of them might be that vindictive or that destructive that they would cause a tower moment. Now, it doesn't have to be so dramatic like that. It doesn't have to be so extremist like that. But in the workplace, it could be clever. It could be, I mean, this stuff happens all the time, or at least like on 2020 or some shit like that. You see stuff like this where like somebody could be like compiling evidence of like office of like abuse or office neglect, office harassment, whatever, against the other person. So I'm keeping all your inappropriate emails. When you come over to my desk, I'm hitting the record button on my cell phone and I'm recording everything that you say to me and all the, you know, it could be something like that. Like somebody could be like thinking they have this is just a very specific example, but I'm trying to highlight how it could apply. Someone could come into an office and they might think, oh, I have a confidant in, let's say, the page of, the Princess of Pentacles. So Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Wands comes to Princess of Pentacles and starts talking trash on other people in the workplace. Starts degrading them based on their race or their age or their gender or whatever, and is like really insensitive and uses discriminatory language that in most, well, not most, but in many workplaces is just absolutely not tolerated. And so Princess of Pentacles is compiling the evidence because I'm possibly petty, but mostly vindictive, but then also mostly interested in not working with a crap person like you. So they go to the boss and they say, listen, Princess of Wands has been coming to me for the past couple of months now, saying some really effed up stuff about all the people in this office. And I think da-da-da-da-da. Now, I don't know how much that holds water in terms of actual firings or disciplinary action that you can take within a workplace. But there's something like that where even if these people, because I did say it's like passive aggressive, right? These people are at odds and there is a chance that one of them is trying to screw the other one over in a tower moment. Like the tower can affect both, but the tower might really affect one of them even more so than the other. I hope that makes sense, okay? It's a long time talking about that damn tower card. Now, what's going on down here? Because this is a mixed bag, I think. Who is this? Who is this? You're going to make me say things that I normally say. Oh, Pisces. So there's a soulmate involved or soulmates involved. And again, I don't think it's you. I think you're just watching this. Or, you might be involved a little bit here. Okay? Six of Cups. Oh, my neck. Oh, I think my headache's coming back from the stomach flu. All right, so let's push through. Six of Cups. So I don't normally say soulmate in my readings because I'm not that type of reader just yet. I don't know if I ever will be, but I just normally don't say that word. But this is traditionally a card that is associated with soulmates. You'll see other readers say it. If you study the tarot, it kind of has that indication with the traditional interpretation, which is, you know, the Six of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about kind of having a familial relationship with other people, or the familiarity. There it is. Familiarity with someone as if they were family. Like you meet them or you establish a relationship with them and you realize, oh my God, I feel like I've known you forever, aka soulmate, right? Soulmates, of course, come in all different shapes and sizes. So romantic, platonic, family soulmates, soulmates that you know for like a portion of your life and then they vanish off the face of the earth, all different types. So that I feel is at play here. Again, I don't say it often, but when it comes up, I feel pretty good about saying it. Now, who's the soulmate? Is it these two? I don't know. I don't know if these two are soulmates to each other. One of them might be your soulmate, Pisces. So you could be witnessing your best friend, your sister or brother, your girlfriend or boyfriend, your husband or wife, your whoever go through this shit. They are having some type of disagreements in their family, in their workplace, with their friends. They could be the vindictive one who's going to blow the whole thing to smithereens. I don't know. But I feel that for you, Pisces, again, there's a distance between you and all of this. And that could be your reluctance because you know this person is a soulmate or you know this person is important to you. If it's not a soulmate, they're just really important to you. One of these people up here, they're important to you. Yeah? Or they both are if they're, related to you. Or they both are if they're both your friends. Whoever. And because you have that sort of amorous, oh, I care about you or I care about both of you, blah, 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 it makes it harder for you to get involved. I don't want to step in here because I don't want to overstep the bounds. Or like if this is like an in-laws thing where your spouse or whoever is arguing with their parents or something like that, or their brother or their sister. You like your brother-in-law. You don't want to, be seen to take your spouse's side over the brother's side, and you don't want to take the brother's side over your spouse's side, and it just makes it all the more difficult for you to kind of be asked to be involved or even, be remotely involved in something that really you feel has nothing to do with you, or you wish it wasn't happening at all, and you're just like, shit, how do I change this? And it's just like, I don't know that is happening. I don't know that this disagreement between these people, these two distinct people, or two sides, it could be a group of people. I don't know that that's preventable at all. Same way, I don't think that this connection with whoever you're connecting with, whatever side, whatever person you're connecting with, I don't think that's preventable either. And that is like the tough pill to swallow here for you, Pisces, is that there's damage being done to a certain connection that you value. You either value one of the people in it or you value that connection. You're like, oh, I don't like when, you two are fighting. This could be, there could be 3 siblings or 4 or 5 siblings. It doesn't matter. But 2 are at war and the rest of the siblings are like, just standing by and watching. That could be a problem. And Six of Cups does talk about sibling relationships as well. Whatever it is, the Tower comes above it. So there will be a disruption to a soulmate connection. So if your soulmate is a spouse or a girlfriend, boyfriend, they're going to be hit hard. Hopefully not too hard, but the Tower is normally not so destructive as if you can't recuperate. But it will be difficult to witness. It will be difficult to kind of pick up the pieces, but it can work. Oh, it can work. It can be worked through, I should say. Now, next to that, in the final position in the main spread is the Magician. Secondary major arcana card for Aquarius. So you might have an Aquarius of significance in your life, but does not have to be. Don't know why. I'm talking like this now. So I'm going to stop. There we go. Anyway. So Magician card is talking about, in general terms, manifesting, as above, so below, all that good stuff. And so in that vein, perhaps whatever's going on here has been manifested probably not by you, Pisces. I don't think most Pisces have a malicious bone in their body. If you do, it's probably your pinky toe, and that's it. So I don't imagine that you actively sought to create this disharmony and this aggravation amongst these people, but somebody did. Somebody did. Somebody has been kind of tooting their own horn with this Magician energy. They've been kind of thinking they're above the law or above sort of expectations. Like they don't have to answer to anybody. They don't have to seek approval. They can do what they want, when they want, how they want. You know, someone is like a real maverick, right? And, you know, that's the thing about the Magician. You know, a lot of times he can be, his powers, like a superhero, could be used for good or for bad. And I feel whoever this is, I'm not clear on whether it's either of these princesses or anybody else, but whoever it is, they have used it to create aggravation, to create disharmony, to create an imbalance or some type of friction, you know? Or rather, because they're not aware. Thank you. Because I was like, that's really like some Thanos kind of shit. If it's not they actively did it, consciously did it, it would be because they were ignorant or unconscious of what they were doing. So, for example, in the passive-aggressive group where there is a disagreement but nobody talks about it, the act of not talking or the act of venting your frustrations to someone else, that creates tower moments. That creates disharmony, because instead of addressing the person that needs to be addressed, you go and you tell other people. You create gossip. You create rumors, or you perpetuate rumors. You tell other people how much you hate that other person or the things about that other person that you don't like, instead of going to them and saying, hey, when you say or do this or that, it really bugs me. Could you change that behavior, or could you maybe do XYZ? So instead of directly addressing the problem, the indirection is what causes the aggravation. Okay? That's pretty clean cut, I think. All right, then. Your outcome for April, Pisces, is the Justice card. Why do I always put on accents for you guys? I think that's so funny. Justice. So, major arcana card for Libra. Might be a Libra of significance in your life, but does not have to be. Listen, Pisces, this whole situation is going to get worked out in the way that the powers that be see fit. Now, the powers that be, that can be powers here on Earth, in terms of justice, law, police, lawyers, judges, right? Other forms of law or authority, parents, bosses, employers, okay? And the powers that be in a more metaphysical or spiritual way. God, gods, goddess, universe, spirit, whatever you think of, whatever you don't think of or believe in. Doesn't matter. But there is this oversight here where whoever is due some comeuppance, they're going to get it. Whoever needs to be sort of let off the hook, given a pardon, they're going to get it. Whoever stood by, tried their best, will be dealt with accordingly. Everybody involved is going to get what they deserve. Everybody. And today, they're making me not making me, but they're drawing me to the different sources of light coming from her eyes, and then across her crown there, the different doorways, the different passageways across her crown there at the top. Okay? Everybody has their own door of destiny, their own door of, towards justice or having justice served to them. Each person will pass through their own doorway and receive the justice they deserve. It's basically what I'm getting. Justice will also talk about what is fair, what is truthful, what is honest, what is upstanding. And that would be kind of what I think you want, Pisces. I think you want to see a resolution, and I think you want to see it done fairly, even if it hurts other people's feelings, even if it, causes disruption to someone's life, or, again, like, doesn't feel fair to someone or doesn't feel nice to someone. You're like, well, you shouldn't start fights with people. That way you don't get black eyes, is kind of what I'm feeling your position to be. If you didn't want to suffer a loss, if you didn't want to incur this tower moment, you wouldn't have put so much energy into creating such a moment. If you didn't want people to not believe you or view you as a shisty, shady type person, you wouldn't have walked around the office talking shit on your one coworker, or you wouldn't have spread all these rumors within the family. You would have been above board. You would have been honest. And I think in some cases, like a very few cases, Pisces, you might be not dispensing the justice, but you will be highlighting it to someone. You will be pointing it out. Someone might be like, "Oh man, this didn't work out the way I wanted it to," or "How come this happened?" And you'd be like, "Well," and you'd like pull out your whiteboard. And you're like, "Well, if you recall," and you start, drawing out the history of how someone effed it all up. So again, I don't think you're exacting the justice, but I think you're able to highlight it and point it out to somebody. Okay? Your overall energy for April is the Ace of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know why they've been making me do that sometimes with the aces. Anyway, so Ace of Swords, big time truths, big time honesty, big time clarity. Okay, I think that this is almost like guaranteed because I've said it, at least I know I've said it before, but I know I've said it a few times in April for other signs. The aces are opportunities, they're chances, they're just the seedlings. You have to kind of take them up. You kind of have to you have to grasp them. You can't just let them, they just don't fall into your lap and just like do what they need to do. You have to interact with that energy. And that is there as well. I do feel that a little bit. But mostly I think for you, Pisces, is like I was saying here in the Five of Wands reversed as your starting position. You're like not here for any drama. You're not here for any BS, be involved in anything that isn't, sort of has like a nobility around it, is kind of what I'm feeling. You don't want to be involved in anything that isn't beneath you or that doesn't serve the greater good or doesn't serve a greater purpose of clarity, truth, and honesty. If something is a total lie, you become totally uncomfortable and you don't want to be involved in it. If something is a white lie, "Oh, do you like my new shirt? Oh yeah, it looks amazing." And you're inside, you're like, "Oh no, that shit's horrible." That's fine. But when it comes to, does this person make a good asset to our team? Maybe at your job, you're on a review board or a peer review board or something like that. And does Princess of Pentacles, what does she bring to the table? Is she a great asset? You don't want to lie. You don't want to lie. You want to be critical of that person. You're going to be like, she's good, but then she also does blah, 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 and she needs work here. So, like, that's what I mean. It's like when dishonesty or, like, fudging the truth in some type of way can lead to some type of misrepresentation of your character or the character of other people, you become totally uncomfortable. Totally uncomfortable. And so right now, I think the truth of character and speaking truth and hearing truth, not only being able to project and deliver truth, but being able to receive it, being able to take in, constructive criticism, all of that's important right now for you, Pisces. But as we've discussed, you're not the main player in this reading, not today. So that adherence to truth, that desire for honesty is yours. And I think in some way you're trying to permeate that or influence other people to appreciate what you're appreciating, or to want to obtain whatever you're trying to obtain in terms of the Ace of Swords. And I'm not sure if they're going to buy it. I'm not sure if they're going to buy into that. So that's a little bit of a tough sell for you. Pisces, that is your reading for April. We made it. If you liked what you saw, there's a like button down below. You can also leave comments on the video. I love to read them. I love to see how these readings resonate with the audience. It's really important to me. And so everything that is commented on, I will, of course, respond to it because, you know, I just will. So if you do want to, you know, tell me how this resonated with you or whatever, that's cool. You can also share this video across your social media platforms. Let other people know that you're following this really cool reader on YouTube. And so that would be appreciated. And of course, the big button of subscribe is down there too. If you're not already subscribed, why not? You should hang out. You know, you should click the button, hit the notification bell, let you know when I upload again. We can become friends. We become pals that way. Okay. And of course, doing all that stuff lets me and YouTube know that you like what's going on here, keeps the videos in circulation, allows the channel to grow. So it's greatly appreciated. I thank you so much, more than you could ever know. Pisces, that's the reading. Yeah. What am I doing? Yeah, in about a week and a half, maybe, I'm going to come back and do the mids, maybe even less time than that. And then towards the end of the month, I'm going to come back and do the May readings. I think I might do a random in the middle between now and then. So you got some stuff to look forward to. I hope I see you in the future, Pisces. I like you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. I thank you. Didn't I just say that? I'm tired. My headaches come back. So I apologize for the rambling here at the end. But thanks, guys, for watching. Take care.